Good morning. It is 9:31 a.m. Richland County Board of Commissioners is now in session. Richland County Commissioner Cliff Mears, joined by fellow commissioners Tony Vero, Daryl Banks, our clerk Stacy Crawl, our administrator Andrew Keller, and a collection of and Greg Kale, and a collection of folks from Richland New Hope. And so I'll let you folks all introduce yourself, and Troy, you're up front. I'll go ahead and start with you.
Thanks, Commissioner Mears.
On the rows.
I'm Troy Smith, Manager of Community Education with Richland New Hope.
I'm Julie Litt, Director of Education and Therapy Services for Richland New Hope.
I'm Amy Krager. I'm an Early Intervention Service Coordinator.
I'm Cassidy Gillum. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 3.
Michelle Geese, the Superintendent of Richland.
Stephen Swank, President of the Board.
Nikki Capel, Community Education Assistant.
Okay, thank you all. That covers everybody that's in-house. Do we have Al online?
And Carl.
And Carl online. Okay. We've got the media online and one in person. Our first order of business is to recognize Disabilities Awareness Month for March. So Troy, I'll just open it up to you, and let's hear all the good news you've got to share.
Sure. So each year we bring somebody or family that's enrolled in services and kind of just share their experience of services they're receiving from the county board. And so we wanted to invite early intervention family to share their experience, and was working with Julie and Amy here, and they recommended Mrs. Gillum here to speak. If you could speak on your experiences.
Yeah.
Great.
So,
Do you mind sitting up
Sure.
here so we can mic it up?
Thanks.
yeah. So I'm a stay-at-home mom of 3. I have twin girls. They're 2. And I also have a 7-month-old son that I brought with me today.
I think that's why she's smiling, because you have 3 kids, 2 and younger.
I have twin girls and then 7 months with her.
Oh my. You have your hands full.
So my twins were born at 29 weeks. So they were born very early. And right away I had Help Me Grow come out to the house to see them monthly. And it's been nothing but a blessing to our family. They know so much for being only 2. They have come so far. You could never even tell they were born early. If you met them today, they know their ABCs. They can count to 15. They know their colors, shapes. It's amazing to me how far they've come. So it's been nothing but a blessing.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. So also we gave you guys your frame photos this year. Back sheet. We also gave you bookmarks. Nicole, we do a bookmark. An individual that's enrolled in our services, they try their artwork out of a bookmark, and each bookmark we choose one and we print off. We go through Sun Graphics, we print a bunch off, and we give each child, public and private students in first grade, a book. Drafts Can't Dance is the book this year, and they get a copy of the bookmark inside of it with the drawing from the winner. Her name is Nicole, and information about the county board on the back. So each kid takes a book home. So we want to give you a copy of the bookmark. And also there's a calendar. You guys see the calendar. Tony and I were going over it. Different events going on throughout March. And we would love for you guys to join. I know you're coming out the bowling event next Wednesday. Vero won the championship the first year.
Get the ringer. Can you give me another ringer this year? Do you know?
If that happened.
Give us a ringer. Give me a ringer.
For the record, he beat me by 1 pin.
Dude,
Have you know that?
the Witzel kid bowled like a 140.
Carried you.
He's on team.
So we're going to do that again this year. This will be your third one out at Lex Lanes. And then we're hosting Leadership Unlimited one of the days for community awareness event where they're going to go around town to the different places that support New Hope, the day habs, the workshops. Going to go to the Y and play some basketball with our Special Olympics Bears as well. It's going to be a great day. And then we're also going to be out at the Chamber Expo. We're going to have a booth out there talking about services that we offer, really engage with the community out there. And then I was talking to Commissioner Barrow about a new event that we're doing. It's the Early Intervention Kids Day. It's out at over at Buckeye Imagination Museum. With Fred Bull's been gracious to let us come in there for a couple hours, have some dinner with the families we serve, and let the kids play. So,
That'd be a first at the Imagination District.
yeah, we added that event. We're doing an event each week. And so we were working with Julie and her team and trying to come up with a cool event that would really engage with the families that we serve and the community. So should be a great month. Look forward to it. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for all you do. And Cassidy, you should know Troy told me this morning too. He knows his ABCs as well. So he's an excellent steward of the alphabet.
Thanks, Commissioner. There, appreciate you.
Well, I do have a proclamation I'd like to present to you. So let me come out and do that. I don't know that I need to read it word for word, but let me kind of explain the intent here. Board of Commissioners has identified, proclaimed March as Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. And the intent is to encourage people to recognize everybody for their abilities and the contribution that they can make and how they would feel as we make awareness and environmental attitudes more conducive to promoting what they can do and how they can contribute and how they'll feel for themselves. So it's really to foster and support opportunities, including education, housing, employment, and recreational activities like the Sturkle Park for All, which I really feel strongly about. Again, I was talking to Troy beforehand. Once you've seen one of those in operation in the community, it's like nothing else. It's a game changer. So I'm just so delighted we're going to have one of those in the future here in Mansfield. So with that, I'll pass this over to Michelle with our thanks for all you do.
Well, thank you. We obviously appreciate the commissioner's ongoing support. You've always been wonderful to work with, and we appreciate everything you guys do in supporting the folks with disabilities in our program so that we can support as many families as possible.
You're doing an
Thank
amazing
you.
job. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We are looking forward to the bowling event. That is a fun event. So that is just a good time.
Get some media out there and
Well, talk to this guy, right? You gotta come out and see how good of a bowler you are.
I'm just walking around talking to people, mingling, if you
Oh,
will,
he's a mingler, all right.
making those connections.
Thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you.
You provide a great service and Obbs and I will be out to the Buckeye Imagination event. So we'll be out there.
Thanks, Commissioners.
Thanks for bringing the young one.
Yeah.
That'll be our youngest audience member in history.
Heck. Picture of everybody.
Question.
Sure.
Grab it.
But you might have questions though.
Yeah, if I could, Troy,
Yeah.
the bowling event, tell me a little bit more about that in terms of the date and time and hours of that.
Yeah, so the event is next Wednesday at Lex Lanes. Starts at like around 12 as the students roll in, 10 to 12. And they are students from in junior high, public and private schools, along with leaders in our community. We have the commissioners will be present, Mayor Hutchinson, Mayor White, Mayor Shag, Mayor Thaker, and just a lot of other leaders that will be present. And we're going to team them up with junior high students. These students, we have students that may have a disability or may not have a disability. We're really looking at inclusion here and just an event for all. And we put about five bowlers on a team and just a great time for conversation and engagement with each other. And when all is said and done, these students and these leaders will walk away with lanyards with their names on them. They'll also walk away with team photos, and they'll walk away with full bellies because we feel we feed them Geninos, and first place walks away with awards. So it's really a really good event. It seems to continue to grow. We've engaged with more schools this year than ever before. And yeah, just looking for a really good turnout again. And we'd love to have you if you're able to come out, Carl.
Well, thanks. In terms of, and I don't know whether you can answer this or whether it should be toward Michelle. Do you have numbers on the in 2022, the number of families and folks that the agency served?
We're at approximately, and it varies year to year, about 1,200 on average. That's kind of where we are gauged right now. That could fluctuate year to year, but been there right around there for the past couple at least.
Is that 1,200 individuals or families?
Individuals.
Okay.
Be a good idea to send this out to the.
Yeah, I can send you, Carl. That's a good idea, Daryl. I can send you, we update a fact sheet every year.
Okay.
Just updating services, of people that we're serving. And I'd be happy to send that to you and Greg and get that out to.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And well, while you guys are there, Michelle, do you have an update on the fundraising and planning for the Sturkle Park for All?
Yeah, things are going great. Fundraising is right on track. I don't want to give away too much because I know that our fundraiser, Chris Harris, has some events planned when we do a groundbreaking. But I think we're still on track for this spring. But yeah, we're well on our way for a fundraising and getting a big chunk of the park done yet this year.
You have a start date on that, Michelle, as far as the groundbreaking? I don't want to steal Chris Harris's thunder. I mean, we know that, but
First step is some utilities. I know the city has offered to put some of the utilities to the area where everything else is going to be built, at least the restrooms. And so we need some water, electric and that kind of thing. So that's the first part. So we need to get that taken care of. And then from there, it's going to be weather and ordering. Will kind of dictate timelines from there.
Okay, and just finally, Casey, could you spell your first and last name for me? And I didn't get the ages of your twin girls. Did you say 3 years old for the twins?
Yeah, my name's Cassidy Gillum. So I have 2 daughters. They're twins. They're 2. And then I have a 7-month-old son, Harrison, which I brought today.
Okay, and could you spell your name for me? Make sure I get it right.
Yeah, it's Cassidy. Gillum, Gillum.
Thank you very much. That's all I had.
Thanks, Carl.
You don't have to be related to the Gillums up in Shiloh, are you?
That's where I'm from.
That's
That's where I'm from. Yeah.
okay. I know the Gillum family very well.
Okay.
Good family.
Alan,
Al, you got any questions?
Just like to make sure I could get, excuse me, the back sheet schedule and a copy of the proclamation, if you would, please. And Stacy has my email address.
Thank you. Yep, I'll get that over to you.
Okay, anything else, Al?
No, that's it.
Greg, do you have anything? Okay,
Get a photo of everybody together.
sure, absolutely.
sure.
Okay, let's move on to other orders of business. Madam Gove is due in about 15 minutes, so let's cover some of the other things we have on the agenda. We have a motion to certify the record of proceedings for February 21st.
So moved.
Second.
Mears,
Yes,
Banks,
Yes.
Rivera.
Yes.
I have a motion to approve acquisitions.
So moved.
Second.
Mears,
Yes,
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Rivera.
Yes.
I have a motion to approve a transfer request from New Hope.
Go ahead, Daryl, you can have it. I did the first two.
Okay. Heavy load here.
I'll second Daryl's motion.
I will make the motion so that Tony can second.
Second.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes,
Commissioner Farrell.
Yes.
The last thing on our agenda is to renew the wastewater mowing contract with Hershey Outdoor, and it should be noted that they had requested an increase last month. We would have had to put it out for bid, and they said, oh, that's okay, we'll do it for what we did last year. Have a motion.
so move.
Second.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Banks,
Yes,
I have yes, and then I have an item via request of county IT. We need to have a point of contact in the case of an IT emergency for disaster recovery. And so this time I'd like to make the motion that our chair, Cliff Mears, be the initial point of contact, with Daryl and I being the second and third, and we'll submit that to the auditor's office.
I'll second
In
that.
other words, I am it.
That's
IT.
correct. And then I'll send that to them once you guys sign. Well, we gotta prove it first.
Yeah. well, thanks for-
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Banks.
Yes,
Commissioner Farrell.
Yes.
Is there any other to conduct right now? Okay, hearing none, we recess.
Carl,
Just real quick, on Hershey mowing, what is it they mow? And what's the contract call for in terms of money?
Oh, I don't have all. They mow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They mowed 19 different properties. For us for the wastewater treatment plant, and the total amount is $1,030.
so it's any wastewater property, lift stations, plants throughout the county that they mow.
Right.
And that's, they didn't raise their price at all, just the same as it was in 2022.
They had requested revised pricing of 1,280, but to do that, we would have to send it out for rebid. So I think they felt that there was a risk of losing the business altogether. So they went back to their original pricing of $1,030 for the season.
Okay,
That's
thank you.
Hershey Outdoors, by the way.
Hershey Outdoors, okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Anything else?
No, nothing for me. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Well, 9:48, we'll go into recess until 10 o'clock when we're here from Adam Gove to discuss a permit for unimproved public right-of-way for a public driveway.
Want that? Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock. The Richland County Board of Commissioners is back in session, joined by Adam Gove, our county engineer, and we're going to discuss a potential permit to use unimproved public right-of-way for a private driveway. With that, I'll turn it over to you, Adam.
Okay, as you should have seen in some of my information that I submitted, recently developed a permit use an unimproved public right-of-way for private driveway. This issue came up along with another one in the last several months. It kind of prompted us to look into how do we deal with these right-of-ways that were never developed, but are the only access to certain parcels. So we received an application soon after developing the permit from Roger Hooks, who owns that 2-acre parcel, just over 2-acre parcel there on the screen, highlighted in red. Does have frontage on a platted right-of-way. It's not a road. It's a right-of-way platted in 1947 for a small development there of Madison Road. And there were several things we discussed, that options that could be done. We could make him build a road up to public road standards and then turn it over to the county, which would in turn turn it over to the township for maintenance because it wouldn't meet the definition of a county road. Then they would be forced to maintain, plow, salt, mow a small little stub road there off of Madison Road. Property owner could petition us to build a road, which then we would go through the process of developing plans and assessing the property owner or owners who may benefit from that public road. They could replat the area, dedicated as a private road, and then they could do what they want with it, but that would require everybody in that original subdivision, which I believe were roughly 14 properties, would all have to agree to that replat. Or we thought, why not let him build a drive at his expense, maintain it as his expense with our permission, our requirements.
With our ability, in the event that he doesn't maintain it, or if there eventually becomes a different public purpose. So I think this accomplishes what he wants, what the family wants, with a little bit of risk.
Correct.
And it also gives us we need to maintain that flexibility. So I think this permit it gives them an opportunity to use the land, even though it has a right of way, to give them some egress. At the same time, it says, hey, I'm taking some risk here that, the public won't have a purpose for it. So makes sense.
We maintain the ownership of the property with the exception of the driveway, correct?
Correct.
And he's going to build the driveway, of course, at his expense.
Yes.
And risk.
So at some point, the driveway is used for some years and then falls into disrepair that doesn't use it anymore. Does it all revert back?
Yeah, we have that.
Yeah, we can revoke the permit, basically not allow the property owner to use that right of way.
The right thing to do is, looking at the map, he really doesn't have any other options to get to his property, does he?
Correct.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
Commissioner Vero.
Yes.
Questions?
Nope, I don't have any about that. Thank you.
Al, anything?
Yeah, is this, excuse me. Adam, is this something that he wants to build on, or he has something there? Why does he want to put a drive in?
I believe the plan is he would like to build there. I don't know that for sure. But I believe that's the plan. He has not had access to it in the past other than over a mowed grassed area. So I don't think he's done anything more than run a truck back in there and cut trees or maintain a little bit of land, but that's all he's done to date.
So he owns that 2-acre parcel. He just wants access more than a grass
Correct.
access to it.
Yes.
Okay, what was the name of that person again?
Roger Hooks,
HOOKS.
no relation to Captain.
Okay.
That we
Guess
know
that's
of.
all I had then.
And he does
Thank
have to, does also have to apply for a driveway permit from our office so we can oversee
Yeah.
the construction of the driveway.
Are there any requirements for the construction of the driveway? In other words, could it be gravel, concrete, asphalt, any?
We have, as part of our permit, you can do gravel, asphalt, concrete, there's different
Got a
options.
series of options.
Adam's a driveway stickler, so
Good.
It causes a lot of problems.
I do.
Any other questions? Any other
Well, you
business?
said this is off of Madison Road?
Correct.
Okay, that's off of 42.
Yeah, it runs between 42 and 430.
Okay. Didn't realize there was a
How long,
subdivision back there, but
how long a driveway is he likely gonna have to build, Adam?
I believe it's about 125-foot right of way. That right of way is 50 by about 125 feet.
Imagine it's gonna be gravel.
Okay, that's what I needed. Thanks.
Any other questions?
nope, that's it for me. Thank you.
Okay. Any other business to come before the Board of Commissioners? Okay, at 10:07, the Board of Commissioners is here. Adjourned.